A pleasant welcome, our viewers, to another episode on our channel, Zimclassroom. I'm your host, Mr. Matmaik. To those of you who are joining us for the first time, welcome. To our old hands, welcome back. Welcome to our 9th episode of our channel. So, to those of you who are still joining us for the first time, please make sure that you click the like button, you subscribe to our channel, and you click the notification button so that as soon as we release a new video, you will be immediately notified. So what are we going to be looking at in today's episode? This time around, we are carrying on from where we left off. In the previous exercise, or in the previous lesson, we looked at letter writing, and we were looking at the friendly letter. How best can you write a friendly letter? So this is what we covered in our previous lesson. We looked at the basics of writing a friendly letter. So what we are going to do today is we are going to look at briefly the practical part of writing a letter. So I'm going to give you about 7 examples of the letters that you can work on now as for practice. Suppose I'm going to give you different topics, and out of those different topics, I'm going to give you perhaps 3 samples of points that you can jot down in your letter so that you can come up with a meaningful letter, applying the skills that we talked about in this teaching. So, in a brief recap, we learned that whenever we are writing a letter, especially if it's a friendly letter, first things first, we write an address. We write our address, and in a friendly letter, it is only supposed to be one. We only write one address. And we also write the date. We also write the salutations. And on the salutations, we mean that the person who's going to be the recipient, the person who's actually going to receive the letter, that's the name that we write down. After that, we write our opening sentiments. I hope my mail finds you well. I write to what you state the particular reason that you're writing the letter for. That's the beginning. Then you get into the body now. You then write your paragraphs. Suppose 2, suppose 3, suppose 4, depending on the circumstances. But generally, 2 paragraphs, a minimum of paragraphs which are not below 2 would be enough, considering the length, the required length, which is of course 80 to 120 words. So that's the beginning. So as soon as you have discussed your issues, you have spoken about whatever that you needed to speak about, what then do you do? The last part now, the concluding part of a letter. You send your greetings. This is the part whereby you have to send your greetings to your friends and assure them that you love them. Now after doing that, that is when we sign off. Love from, you skip a line, then you write your particular first name. So basically this is what we spoke about. So this is what you are going to be using whenever we need to work on a letter, a friendly letter. So think of it this way. Let's say that you moved to a new place. Suppose you moved out of town. You have relocated in a new city, and your parents have enrolled you in a new city. But in the city that you came from, you left your friends and your colleagues. So what is your task? You are going to write to them and inform them of new developments and the change of life that you are now experiencing. So in other words, the topic for this letter that you are going to practice on your own is, suppose you are writing a letter to your friend telling them about the new developments that you are experiencing at the new town that your family moved to. Suppose you've been enrolled at a new school, you are now meeting new people, you are now meeting new neighbors, and so forth and so forth and so forth. So you are going to put that into writing so that you come up with a very beautiful letter. Why is this important? It's important because letter writing is part of your language second paper. The English paper twos as well as the Shona paper twos, you find letters there. So in this, on that example, which are some of the things that you are supposed to put down, or some of the notes that you can include in the letter? Suppose the dates that you moved, the date that you moved, suppose who you moved with, suppose the town that you relocated to, suppose the new school that you've been enrolled at, the new teacher that you are going to have there, suppose the new classmates that you are going to be meeting, and the type of character that they have. Are they kind? Are they cruel? Do they have a good sense of humor? And so forth and so forth and so forth. Your experiences at the new school, suppose the daily routines, the uniforms, and so forth and so forth. You are going to include that in the letter that you are going to write about. That's one example. Then the second example now of a letter that you can write. Suppose, what can you speak about? Let's say that you've met someone electronically on the pen pal site. Suppose he's a person from Africa, the SADC region, and you're going to write to them telling them about your country, Zimbabwe. So what is it that you're going to talk about? What can you talk about? Suppose the name of the country, of course. Suppose the capital city, the president, some of the cities we have in the country, the provinces, the city that you live in. Suppose our neighboring countries, our staple diets, the type of currency that we have, the places of interest that we have in the country. For example, the likes of Victoria Falls, suppose the Chinoi Caves, suppose the Great Zimbabwe ruins or monuments, and so forth and so forth and so forth. Now, the characteristics of the Zimbabwean people, the tribal groups that we have in the country. These are some of the things that you can speak about to your foreign friend who knows, who might know very little about our country, Zimbabwe. Now, the last example now. Let's suppose you witnessed a very terrible accident. A road accident that took place near your home area. So you're going to write about that one in a letter to your friends. So which are some of the things that you can speak about? Suppose where the accident took place. Suppose the dates. Suppose the time. Suppose the people, the parties who were involved Who was involved in the accident? You can mention that. Where exactly did it take place? What actually happened? How did it happen? Were there some measures that were taken by the public so that they could try and assist the victims or the casualties? What was the later result? Were there any deaths? Who was critically injured or wounded? And so forth and so forth. You may also add some other points that you may feel or deem necessary. So I've given you 3 examples of some of the letters that you can write as practice. As you watch this video, please work on those so that you can perfect your skills of writing a letter. Well, my friends, I would have loved to chat till the next day, but for now, we are going to end here. So basically, what did we talk about? In a brief summary, we spoke about letter writing, the friendly letter, of course, and I've given you a few examples of the letters that you can write as per practice so that you can sharpen your skill and hone your skills as far as letter writing is concerned. So for now, I'll have to go now. We'll be with each other again very, very soon. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for your time. We'll see each other again next lesson. Bye bye.